Hi everyone. Yeah, 7 years ago. That's not true. 7 years ago is a really long time, and this thing is like it's been a year. It was like imagined 7 years ago, but 7 years ago is too much. So, what we're going to talk about today is actually this like pompous title for a simple thing that you probably tried at home. You've probably seen it online. It's syntax guided AI image synthesis, but it's actually text to image prompting, or what, as they call it nowadays, prompt engineering, or even syntax design, which is like the coolest. It all started with Deep Dream. You probably remember these ugly images from the net. It was developed by Google and one of their engineers. And this is like the early age. It happened in 2015. They actually created something they called algorithmic pareidolia. So what is actually algorithmic pareidolia? What actually is pareidolia is? You're probably heard the term pareidolia. It's when you see cheeses in a stain or something like that. So your brain is programmed to see faces in strange patterns. For example, clouds or mortar or even this carpet. You can, like, if you look far enough and long enough, you can see that the image of a face probably will appear at some point. That's because there is a part of the brain that is like just doing faces. And these people created algorithmic pareidolia, which is like computer way of understanding this. So, for example, I took the clouds as an example. It's like standing with someone and telling them, like, can you see that in the clouds? Like there is a rabbit eating a carrot, for example. And then you will see that they're trying to comprehend it. It's weird, but what they will be doing is their brain will go through those clouds multiple times, zooming, unzooming, doing a lot of things, trying to find. And at some point, yes, they will say, yeah, I also see rabbit eating a carrot or whatever, grandpa killing a rabbit. So it could. So that's actually what they made. They made computer distinguish images through understanding totally random noise. In 2021, this appeared, VQGN plus clip. VQGN appeared first. This is basically, and you probably seen images like that all over the web. It's like meme, and people been trying to do something with it, to like create something out of it, but without this clip modifier, which is basically text part of it, there was nothing. Like the computer will create a bunch of random images that are totally understandable to normal person brain. So when they add the clip modifier to it, clip will basically add the text and the wording to the word and to the image. And when you say something like there is a rabbit in the clouds, this thing will take totally random noise. It will generate totally random noise of RGB varieties and try to distinguish something out of it. So you can basically, as I said, you can take this carpet, you can take a noise from the old TV, you can take any kind of noise, any kind of granular image, and computer will try to figure it out. And this was the first version. I've been playing with this. I remember when Night Cafe was one of the first to open, and this was called, at some point, this was called Disco Diffusion. I'm not going to talk much about Disco Diffusion because that's like the ugliest brother of all those AI image engineering things. So Disco Diffusion was able to create something, but it was incoherent. It will mix a lot of images. It will try to, as you can see here, there is a face, there is some kind of screens here. I have no idea what the prompt for this one was, but I remember myself trying a prompt, and I tried to create something like from George Orwell, 1984, some kind of department of propaganda kind of thing. And it actually looked nice. It was like old London. It looked like, to me, who knew what's on the image, it looked like old London with the flags, and there was even overseeing guy on some building, and I was hooked. And but the thing is, and I have to like, I'm not exaggerating, this actually happened a year ago. Like, it's been just 1 year, like 365 days. Nowadays, we have people, as I said, like they are prompt engineers, prompt designers, and they've been using their plain words to explain to a machine what they want to see. It's similar to finding a particular image in a Google search. If you ever tried, and you probably did, if you ever tried to find a particular image in a Google search, you have to be like specific. You have to put a lot of details, and then you will end up in exact result that you're looking for, because all those images are there, they're online. We have scanned libraries, we took pictures from the moon, on the moon, from Mars rovers, and things like that. So we have like enormous amount of image online. So what people did, they used those images, like 400 millions of images, to create these models. And these models now use prompts to create exact image. So what we are going to do now, we are going to try this thing called type stitch. It's a new thing. And as you can see, it says here, I'm not sure if you're able to see, but it says Crystal Dragon. So we can do whatever we want. We can start with a couple of different words. And then this thing, this is also AI, it will create a specific prompt for us based on those couple of words. So I need you to like jump in and give me a noun. Give me anything. It could be a submarine, it could be, don't use dragon. It could be whatever you want. It could be unicorn, it could be monkey, it could be corn. Come on, throw a noun at me. Corn. Okay. Okay, let's do something else, because we are going to end up with a lot of corn in the process, because we have to test this on the different AI models. So come on, let's do something cool. Maybe dragon is okay. Bacon. Okay, bacon. Bacon is all cool. Is this right way to write bacon? I'm not sure. Okay, bacon. Come on, something else. What kind of bacon? Bacon dragon. Okay, dragon. And that bacon dragon is dragon. Okay, let's dragon baking corn with bacon. Okay, this seems fine. Let's see. Let's see if we used some irregular terms, because these things are now created to discard any violent content. I'm not sure if you're able to read what's in this prompt, but it's not that important. I'm going to read it for you, and you're going to see it through this entire exercise. We're going to use this prompt. So the first one is dragon bacon corn on the cob with strips of bacon wrapped around. Oh my God, this sounds awesome. Wrapped around its neck, and it smiles and smoke rises from the grill. We are going to use this one. Okay. So this was syntax design, and what we are going to do now, we are going to take this prompt, and I have to say all these images you can see in my presentation are created by AI. I haven't searched any image online or anything. This is all non-existent, and this was the first time it was created. So what we are going to do now is syntax design. We created the syntax, and I'm suggesting you that when you go home, you use type stitch and you try different ways of producing syntax. But let's try first thing first. This is crayon. You can screenshot it, or you can you can grab this code, bookmark it, because it's the best way to actually learn how to create these prompts, because it's the cheapest one. It's not cheapest one. It's totally free. It will give you, every time you put in something, it will give you 9 different images. Those are ugly ass images, low resolution, noisy images. But what we need actually are noisy images. So grab it and let's try crayon. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to copy our prompt, and I'm going to copy it over here in crayon. And let's say a dragon is baking corn on a cob with strips bacon wrapped around the neck, and smiles and smoke rises from the grill. Okay, and it will take all around 2 minutes. It won't. It's much faster. So it will create 9 images. So it learned on a vast model. You can put anything here. It knows porn, it knows weaponry, it knows like violence. Everything is in here. So entire internet, even the content that has like a watermark on it, sometimes if you're specific enough, you'll see watermark on your images. That is like clear indicator that you cannot use that image. So what we are going to do now is going to generate something based on this prompt, and then we are going to tweak this wording to create what we need or we think we need. So it takes some time, but yes, the thing is, okay, there is no unicorn, this is just a bunch of corn. There is no dragon, there is nothing here. Okay. Baking corn on a cob. Okay. So what we have to do now is to figure it out what we should remove and what we should edit. Because there is a lot of info about this corn because it's a strips of bacon and it's wrapped around. So we should remove all of that. And let's say a dragon is baking corn. But what we are going to add here is high quality photo of a dragon baking corn. Okay, this is probably going to get weirder, but okay, let's see what's happening. So and that's the problem currently, the vastness of the image model they used. So you will see further, and I will circle back to that. But it's actually these curators of these AI models, for example, the DALL-E or Midjourney or even Stable Diffusion to some extent. They're trying to like curate this image and discard everything that is like any content that is violent, anything that is in any way derogatory. They're trying to discard everything, to curate every single image. And okay, this is not happening for us. Okay, let's try high quality photo of a red dragon. Yes, you can see that like it seemed that it will work, but it's not. It's like you have to try, and that's why I'm saying this crayon thing. It will help you try different approaches and get actually what you need and what you need, because basically you can use these images further. Even commercials have dragons on it. Even Google realized that it has to show this to me, and this thing is not realizing it. Come on. Okay. So yeah. So there is a lot of back and forth, a lot of trying and making mistakes. But okay, this is the last time I'm trying this. Okay, here's the red dragon, high quality photo of red dragon. So I'm not satisfied with it, but let's see. Let's try it. Let's try it in Mid Journey. I'm gonna copy this thing, and let's figure out which one seems like the coolest one. This one. So I'm gonna take a screenshot for a future reference. We're gonna need this thing later on. So let's jump to Mid Journey. Mid Journey still, for some reason, works in Discord, and as you can see from these are all people experimenting with a lot of different stuff. They actually introduced a couple. Okay, so we are seeing what's currently going on Mid Journey. So they actually created, like, they said, okay, we are not going to remove any content. We are going to put everything in it. And oh my God, they made mistake. You should see this feed. That was amazing. Like, that was Mid Journey 2. It lasted for, I don't know, 4 hours. They like just removed it, and because people are because the internet is all about porn and violence and fight and everything, and this is like human nature, and this is how it works. So, but rega- but let's see how our red dragon will look like. So, as you can see here, he's like denoising. He started from the totally random noise, and he's now trying to figure out the dragon. And it gets better and better. Sometimes you will get results like this. This doesn't look like anything, but look at this one. It looks kind of like a dragon, and this one is almost, yeah, it's pretty neat. So I don't like Mid Journey, and because it learned on a really narrow model, meaning that it scraped all the portfolio websites, all the art stations, and things like that, and every single thing over here will look like an art that was like painted or illustrated, and it will always have the same vibe, even the same gamma. So as you can see, it offered us like three almost similar images, and this one that is kind of different. So, and people nowadays are asking like, yeah, but how can I work on my style using this? Because every single images look every single image look like it's made by a single artist. But then there is DALL-E. DALL-E is one of the best, and you will now see why. Problem with DALL-E is that will almost always decide to create a better picture, but it will disregard a part of the prompt. And then because of that, you cannot be really specific with it. Okay, let's try the same prompt that we already have. You cannot you can do whatever you want. It also knows everything, but they removed every kind of content that is like, if you want to create a comic book, look at this. This is not a dragon. This is like Komodo dragon. So it doesn't work. But the great thing about DALL-E is that you can do this thing called outpainting. So if we use the same prompt, like shown over here, and we just move this part of the image, this rectangle here, and we can click generate, it will use the same prompt to add to this image. And therefore, there's no other tool except a new version of Stable Diffusion that can do this. They can do this outpainting, they can do something called inpainting. I will show you what the inpainting is. But yes, here you go. Like, and you can do this like as many times as you want. The thing is, this single thing, every single image, when I browse through 4 images, those 4 images will cost, every single images will cost 10 cents. So it costs money. This really costs money. If you want to create okay, this is All right. Right on. Okay, maybe we should try tail. No, doesn't matter. But yes, if we try tail, let's cancel this one. High quality photo of a dragon. Tail. Then it will realize what's in the image and try to do it. And this is the best thing. People nowadays are doing this. You can basically create the entire universe out painting this. You can go far and wide, like everything that you can. Okay, here's their tail. Like we can even choose which is okay. Yes, yeah, that could happen. So the thing is, like, I, the turning point here was actually when DALI came from beta, and they announced that you now have to pay for all this shebang. So, and then people realize that it will cost you like, I don't know, $5 to create one decent image, which is kind of quite expensive for experiment and everything. And I will circle to this later to explain you why is this important. But let's try adding funny noise to this dragon, to this Komodo dragon. Yes, because they probably removed all copyrighted images of dragons from, I don't know, Lords of the Rings and things like that. And it ended up with realizing that you need an image of Komodo dragon, which is kind of silly because who needs Komodo dragon? But okay, this is weird because now you have to move this rectangle in order to generate this, but this is an UX issue actually. And this thing that I'm showing you here now, it's in beta and it's like they're testing how it will work. So just bear with me. But like trying this and experimenting is the best way to get some result. Okay, so these are kind of these are funny. Okay, but all decent. And probably the last one and the new one is Stable Diffusion. Stable Diffusion appeared, I don't know, like a couple of months ago. It's uncurated to extent. I there's not that much violence on it, and they removed like really gore content. But you can, for example, create like decent storyboard for a movie using it, or you can create a comic book pages using the Stable Diffusion. So I'm using Stable Diffusion through Night Cafe here because it has this decent UI interface where I can add high quality photo of a dragon. And what we are going to do now is we are going to use the image that not that one, but we can use that one. Okay, the one that I screenshotted previously, you can see over here what I've been experimenting with. And now what we're going to do, we are pulling in this ugly dragon that is like in really bad resolution. It's like noisy image. But thing is, all these models learned on the predecessor to it was when you put an image in computer and you let AI go through the image and decide, okay, this is human, this is a ball, and it will, after some time, it will realize every single thing, it's a chair or whatever it is, and then they turn the process upside down. And so because we are telling this noise that there is a dragon in it, it will realize that this is a dragon, and it will try to come up with a better solution. Prompt weight. What's the prompt weight? prompt. I'm not sure if you're able to see this, but it says prompt weight. Prompt weight, it's, are we going to use the image or we are going to use the prompt? So the best way to do this here is to give it 50%. Like, yes, rely on the image, but tweak it with the existing prompt. And what is the noise weight? If we want to add more noise to the image. If we add like 100% noise, then it's not even that image anymore. It's just this set of colors, and it added like a lot of noise to it. But what we are going to do now, we are going to remove all additional noise. For sampling method, we are going to leave this like that. We'll give it some time to run. And let's say that we are going to go with low resolution. Sorry, I missed something. And we'll try to create 9 images. Okay, and it's asking me now, are you sure? Man, come on, 24 credits, it's like money in there. So because, as I said, these things, they cost money because it has to go to large pile, it has to go to server, it takes server time, then it has to be developed on a server, it goes back. So that's why we are waiting for it. It went to a server and still rendering, meaning that it is looking for all these specific words in that latent space, and based on that, this thing will actually created these images. So these are kind of decent. We can use this as like starting point for something. So you can see that it took the initial ugly one and tried to find a way to make it better. So that was Stable Diffusion. What the biggest issue here is copyright issues. Copyright issues because how much of Mona Lisa is in this Mona Lisa? Well, you can say like, I don't know, 75%. These eyes are kind of neat and smile is kind of weird. But yes, this is like, you can see that this is Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa, but what with the new illustrators, people that are like working today, and they have actually a problem with doing this, because you can say paint Mona Lisa in the style of, I don't know, Simon Stellenhag, for example, from like Tales from the Loop, and then it will like recreate it without, because every single artist that is out there and has like, I don't know, 50 different works, and that's enough, because they use their 50 works, they like mirrored it, and then there is 100 works of their artist, so it's like much easier to copy style of an artist. So that's actually the biggest problem now. 3 or 4 days ago, Getty Images and iStock Photo announced that they are going to remove every AI-generated content from the networks, and even Unsplash. So you are unable to upload and earn money uploading this stuff. But then again, I remember creating stuff in Photoshop, like, I don't know, a couple of years ago. And what I will do, I will go through the images on the internet, and I will download them, I will remove the background, I will superimpose one over another, tweak it, skew it, and then in some point I will end up with the new result. And that wasn't the problem. For example, that for Getty and for iStock Photo, they're still announcing that you can upload 3D renders. 3D render could be image that someone else created, like a background that someone did, and for example, a face of a person that someone scanned, and then you can join those two in Blender, render it, and then you will get a novel image, and you can upload it over there. So they are actually saying that this is wrong, but no, it's cool to render others people 3D objects. It's kind of weird. And this is like a gray area, and this is what's going on right now. People are, and mostly those big brands are unsure what to do with the thing. This will end in a couple of months, actually. This is just a like current trend because of the synthetic data. What the hell is synthetic data? Synthetic data is like you've seen that we created those prompts that are also AI generated. So we can make AI create like bunch of different prompts based on like couple that we did. Couple, I'm saying couple, but we probably created millions and millions of prompts through the last year. And the AI can use those prompts to create a lot of synthetic data that you don't have to go in and curate and work on and see. It will create like bunch of the images that we've seen. It can create like a lot of these dragons. It can use our prompts that we created today because we used it. It can create numerous null prompts, and it will create a bunch of images that we are unaware of. And then what they are going to do, they're going to pull all the data in the learning pile, so new AI can basically learn on images like this one. So what we are doing now, we are actually curating content for these AIs. So when you create something on, for example, on DALL-E, you will put it in favorites. And when you put it in favorites, DALL-E will recognize that this is something that you care about, that this is something coherent, that's something humanly readable, and it will use that to put it in a pile. And their new generation of AI model, for example, DALL-E, let's call it DALL-E 3, but it will learn from that, and that's it. And then at that point, you're unable to say that, yes, I created a part of this image, but I created 0.0003% of the image, and that's not ownership. Me as an illustrator, I am unable to claim that. So it's same with music, let's say. You can use like, I don't know, 5 seconds, or it was 10 seconds of like a sequence of a music, and you can go with that. You can do that. You can be a DJ and just match everything and create a new song. So that's synthetic data for you. There's also something they call resentment toward new technology, and that's actually, people nowadays are against it. Like 10 years ago, it was a problem to use a 3D generated background to paint over it like a new illustration. That was like considered unethical. And then, like, I don't know, 5 years ago, it was a problem to create a new pose in Poser and then recreate a character out of it, because it was always the artistry and the illustration and everything. It was kind of related to martyrdom. Like, you have to like dig in, you have to like work on it. There is a manual labor in creating art, but doesn't have to be like that. There's no need for manual labor here. Now you can like go home and, okay, you have to pay I don't know, $10, but based on that, you can do whatever you want. You can create totally new things. You can develop your own style. Don't mention any artist. Don't say to AI, okay, do this like Salvador Dali or, I don't know, Juan Miro. You can do whatever you want. You just use all the vast knowledge of the internet to create totally new content. There is no reason not to do so. So as you can see, this is like the scene where train is entering the theater. So yes, this is like, again, AI generated. There is no such scene. I just explained to AI that I need image like that. At the end, what the thing that you'll own at the end is that syntax, the text that you created. Like, it could be complex text, it could be really complex. I've been playing this with this for a year, and it takes time to get there, but that's it. This is like a new way of explaining images and even music. Nowadays you can create even 3D objects using syntaxes. So this is something that's on you. Like, you will own those syntaxes. It's not, no one can take that from you. And AI is here to. We should embrace it and not like discard it as something that is. That's why, and that's why I'm here actually. So that's why I created NeutronField. NeutronField is a like my test startup kind of thing, where you can actually create any kind of content using AI, and then you could put it in NeutronField and share it with the rest of the people worldwide. They can they can pay $1 for prompt. You can share your prompts for free over here, but they can give you prompt as a starting point. So you don't have to like think about all the things. You have to know. For example, imagine someone who is an architect and who knows all words and syntaxes and I don't know, all the nuances related to architecture, who can explain the entire building. Why should they give this knowledge for free? They don't need to. They can create perfect churches, for example, using AI, and then they can upload it to NeutronField. And someone who needs it for, I don't know, storyboard, or who needs them for comic books or whatever, this is like, you can do whatever you want with this. They can like just purchase it for $1 instead of spending, I don't know, 10 or $12 for that, and they could do whatever. So people been uploading stuff. So like, this is all created using a this one I think is DALI. I'm not sure about this one. I think this one is Stable Diffusion. There was no initial images for this. These are all just people explaining things in their own words, and AI is creating images for them. So you can do whatever. You can see these robots all over the place by Cyber Minimal. And for example, there is no way that I have no idea how to explain this. I don't know races and Eskimos that much, and I have no idea how to come up with this image. But what this person showed us is like that you can use one single prompt and you can create all this endless stream of images with this one. Because, as I said, they use 400 millions of images, and in order for it to work, they have to connect it with every single image. So it's many to many connections, as they say. So there is like more images to create than like atoms in the universe. You can connect your like PayPal, and that's it. But there are social implications. The problem with everything we heard here, and I said I will circle back to this, are social implications. For example, Google and they've been creating Imagine tool that is also AI, and they declared that they are not going to share it publicly anyway soon, because neither demo or any kind of code, because they don't want to be related in any way to creating any kind of content that is kind of derogatory or has violence in it, or it will push one, I don't know, race of people. And like so for example, if you use word wedding now, it will create wedding images of man and woman, because that's like archetype. Because these things, they are creating archetypes. So because this is like vast model, and this happened all over the web. All the images are of men and women, but what they want is like to offer you an image of a woman and men and men. Or for example, Delhi has been curating their images. So for example, they divided it in order to, when you put a like a human, the DALI will give you two images, so two image of woman and two images of men. Or it's got like kind of 50-50. They're trying to like create it like that. So if you, for example, also when you use human, it will go for Asian, because there is like I don't know, the largest population on earth are Asians, so it will always go to Asians. So what they're trying to do is to create this model to be in that way. They're trying to curate the internet. They think that this is fine, and this is okay to do things like that, and to some extent, of course, it is. But then people are still going to use another set of images and create violence and everything. They're going to use just a different set of images and train their AI model based on that. So I don't think there's a way to resolve this like just by curating images. And this is like really hard work, because the actual people have to tag every single images, explain it to the computer what's on the image, and then remove all those that are unnecessary. But nevertheless, what we did here and what we realized is going on, we created actually a new way to communicate with the machine. So as you can nowadays create, you can basically create awesome essays. For example, you can create, okay, AI, create me an essay of for AI presentation. And this thing will do that. It will create super coherent, readable text that you don't have to touch at all. You can just publish it like it is. So you can create text, you can create images. They scraped the entire Spotify, so you can now create using words, you can create music. In 2 weeks, they're going to release first AI to video thing. Yeah, so it actually scraped all the videos from the web, and it will create a novel video for you. And in that tool, you can even set it like, okay, now superimpose text over it, and it will create a totally coherent font with the text on it, on an image. You can change colors, you can do whatever, you can remove elements, you can tweak it the any way you want. So then they realized, but okay, why not doing this with websites now? So you can like explain it, okay, I need a website for a bank. And it will go and create you a website or a landing page for a bank. And the next thing, it will create an application for you. Like, let's merge LinkedIn and I don't know, let's create Instagram for people with pets. And yeah, why not? It will create it. It knows that there's a need for a login screens. There you have to post some images on it. There's a comment section and everything. Okay, so practically something that took time to create, like to learn, like using C language or Python or whatever, where you have to know the exact syntax. Now, with this new type of approach, they are going to add OR modifier. For example, like when you're searching through Google, there's OR, like, okay, do dragon or Dragon Ball Z, something like that. Or remove this, like just putting a minus on it, it will remove a part of the content. So yeah, that's something that's coming up in the future. And what I will suggest is like, go home, try this, work on it, because yeah, this is a new language that you will have to learn. And nowadays it's much easier, and it's actually super fun, like looking at some image developing in front of your eyes. Thank you.
Thank you, Miroslav. Does anyone have any questions? We have time for 1 or 2 questions. Just please wait for the mic.
Ciao, Miki. One question is how to perfect the syntax construction. So basically, how to learn what to type and to get the best results, because it's a process, right? And it's not that easy. And if you want to get like better results, how to learn that and how to get the best results.
Well, you can get, and what I figured is that you can get the best results using, where is that, like as I showed you, high quality photo on the, or you can maybe move camera. You can say that you need a high quality photo but low angle, and it will create, like, I will show you that actually. There is no need for. So I will jump in this app. Let's move. Okay, we don't need this, and let's tweak this thing here. So it's quite high quality photo of a red dragon, let's say, but let's put a low angle shot. So it will be from low angle shot of red dragon, misty morning, volumetric light. So knowing to explain, like you can, it's best to go on a website that will explain you how cinematography works, how. So what it did, it is trying to take it from low angle. Over here we can see some mist, but I'm not pleased with dragon images. Maybe we should change dragon to something else. But it's best to go to those websites that are explaining how camera work, or for example, learning what kind of old cameras you can use for this. You can actually put in like a camera, or I don't know. You can put this. You can put in that you want it in black and white. You can say, okay, I need this like a photo from a newspaper article from 20s, and yeah, it will look into 20s newspaper articles. And okay, let's high quality photo. Let's add propaganda poster off. So I feel that people who are familiar with history of art and like explaining images and knowing how to describe an image, they can do best prompts actually. That's my opinion. But someone, as I said, someone who is an architect, he create best buildings, and someone who is like into, I don't know, furniture design. Imagine what furniture designer can tell you about a chair. So they knew all the nuances that goes into creation of a chair. Is it a wooden? Is it like this? Is it this material? And they can use all those words, and yeah, they will create best chairs. So yeah, it's up to you. It's your entire knowledge. Sometimes I have to go online and see, okay, how you explain this to a machine. So it's best to practice on, like, basically with a Google search. You have to put it in a Google search, and you will see results, and oh yeah, okay, this is something that I can use. So yeah, it's just experimenting, and that's it. Hope I answered your question.
Okay, so that's all the time we have for questions. If you have any more questions, feel free to catch Miroslav outside. And that'll be it for now. Thank you for giving us this presentation.
Yeah, thank you for having me here. Thank you.